Justin Alderson and Melanie Glusak bringing you the 2015 Men's and Women's Track and Field Championships right here on Prime Ticket on Rovecast Saturday afternoon in Riverside. And Melina, we just had our second double of the afternoon. Carl Horsley getting it done for Cal State Northridge. And now an opportunity for Ashley Marshall to do the same thing for UC Davis.
Ashley Marshall, we've seen her earlier in the 4x100 and bringing home the victory in the 100 meters. So we take a look here for lane assignments in the women's 200. You'll see Ashley in lane 5. Look at her teammate though, lane 7, Sha'Carri Nixon, the Aggie senior as well. Ran a 23.91 yesterday in prelims to make it in today's finals. So some points up for grabs for the UC Davis women, Justin.
A lot of people like him to go 1-2. Now Ashley Marshall in lane number 6. You see her duking and jiving, getting ready to go. She's never lost this event at the collegiate level. Hers to lose in the afternoon if she can double for the 3rd straight year.
Well, she's definitely the golden athlete of this women's 200s. We see them staying warm. It's a little overcast today. Now, different from last year when the meet was in her home stadium. It was very warm in the 80s.
Good shot there of Sha'Carri Nixon, her teammate from UC Davis. These two training partners, they really like the fact that they're able to push each other back and forth, back and forth.
You know, when I ran, it was always great to have teammates to run with, Justin. It's not only comforting, but it's nice to know there's someone out there that's working as hard as you are. It kind of keeps you on your toes, no pun intended. But it's a great feeling to be able to push a teammate. It builds camaraderie, it builds team spirit, and I think all in all, it makes you a better athlete.
UC Davis trying to become 18 points. There you see in lane 6, Ashley Marshall, and in 7 will be Sha'Carri Nixon at the bottom of your screen. As the starter will have that approach the blocks here as the women's 200-meter dash is on deck. Ashley Marshall, freshman year, doubles in the 100 and 200. Sophomore year, doubles in the 100 and 200. Her junior year, just minutes ago, she won the 100 meters. Now a chance for the 3rd straight year, unheard of three-peat in the women's 200 meters. We'll see if she can get it done here. Again, they will run away from where the main grandstands are here to keep the race wind legal. So they'll be finishing on the far side of the track. Some say turn 2 will be where they finish right in front. As the starter has put the runners in the block for the women's 200-meter dash. It is a clean start, and away they go, and it's Marshall into the first turn, and Melina, she's already made up the stack.
Marshall is unbelievable out of the blocks. Look at her power, her speed. She's got a commanding lead with 100 meters to go. She says, catch me if you can, and this is my race.
Ashley Giles from UC Riverside getting chase in lane number 1. But there is Ashley Marshall at the tape. And it is going to be Ashley Marshall getting for the 3rd year in a row a women's 200-meter championship. And she does it in 23:35. Her teammate Sha'Carri Nixon will take home 2nd place in 23:74.
You know what I love about this young woman is the confidence that she runs with, and she just takes care of business right out of the start. She's just a powerhouse. As we see her gun is up. Look at Ashley Marshall. If you're a young athlete out there wanting to learn some sprint technique and some tips, watch this fine young lady. Just a beautiful athlete, arms pumping, driving forward. The great Carl Lewis used to say, run in your own lane emotionally, and that's exactly what Ashley Marshall does. She doesn't worry about anyone else around her. She focuses on her job at hand, and she does it brilliantly, Justin.
She had reined in Alexis Lambert from Cal State Northridge 30 meters in before they were even in the first turn, and she just absolutely let it out on the backstretch. And it is a Marshall Nixon Davis double take on another day and another double, Lindsay, as Ashley Marshall, her 6th straight race that she's won in the championship level in the Big West, 3rd year in a row that she takes on the 100 and the 200-meter titles. Lindsay, take it away.
Ashley, you did it. Three-peating in both the 100 and the 200. You have a very decorated career at UC Davis. What does it mean to finish today that well?
I'm really happy. I was just trying to come out here and compete and win it for the 3rd consecutive year.
Coming out of that first turn there, the only turn, you had already made up the stagger. How are you able to get out of the blocks so quickly?
Practice. We practice a lot for my start. So I just wanted to get out really strong so I can, like, just finish and win.
You win by a few steps. You're not even breathing hard. You still have one more relay to go.
Yeah.
How much is in the tank?
I guess we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
You picking up these 2 big victories, how much does that help your women's team overall?
I think it helps. It helps with, like, just the whole, I guess, my teammates seeing us win and take first. It helps them to give them that confidence to go out there and also try to win.
One more race, good luck.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks.
Chocolate milk time, Lindsay, as she has doubled. Ashley Marshall is the fastest female in the Big West Conference, taking home the title in the 100 meters, and now she adds the 200 meters again. She's never lost a championship race here at the Division I level. Earlier on in the field, the women were tossing the discus around the infield. And we take a look here as we start off. Deja Watkins from UC Riverside. She was second place as a sophomore a couple years ago, and now in her senior year on her 6th attempt, she's able to go 50.1 meters. And then in second place, after Alex Langlois had a nice outing in the shot put, she's able to toss the discus 51.85 meters. But it was this woman right here, Monique Griffiths. She was third in her prior 2 years. And then finally, the Matter are able to get it done in her second attempt. And she is unable to be beaten as Monique Griffiths from Cal State Northridge takes home the 10 points by just 5 inches. She is able to call herself the Women's Discus Big West Conference champion. Next up on the track will be the men's 5,000 meters. And as you see the crowd still on hand, as we'll have the men's 5,000 meters coming up next, followed by the women's 5,000 meters, and then the events left in the afternoon, Milena, that everybody gets up off their feet for the 4x400 relays to round it out.
Justin, we have some great events, and the men's 5,000 is one of them. Look at the green and white. That is a herd of Mustangs. Just like we have the fraternity of the throwers, the distance runners are a fraternity. In fact, this morning you and I got a little taste of that fraternity at breakfast. We were sitting amongst the Cal Poly distance squad and just had a great time with these student athletes. Learned a lot about what it takes to be a dedicated distance runner at the NCAA Division I level. I want to remind all of our viewers that these athletes are not only balancing the demands of training, but also the demands of scholastic work at these top level universities. So they have a lot on their plate, and they just handle it with grace and style. I want you to take a look at freshman from Cal Poly, hip number 9, Michael Gugware. He's a very fine young athlete, as all of the Cal Poly distance squad is, including Nick Wolf, wearing hip number 28, as we see the sea of athletes lining up on this waterfall start.
Nick Wolf with the steeplechase victory last night. As you see, they will go 39 athletes deep to the waterfall start in the 5,000 meters, and it's just about ready to get underway here.
We see Tyler Huntley right there wearing hip number 5 from Cal Poly. I got to talk to him a little bit this morning about what it's like to be a member of such a great team. Has a lot of camaraderie. He said he just enjoys going to practice every day, and you know, that's what it's all about, Justin. At the end of the day, if you're not enjoying what you're doing out there, then sometimes it's time to reevaluate. And as an athlete, you know, it's a long season, and you can get burned out. So it's very important to surround yourself with teammates that you enjoy and really have a love for athletics.
Starter has told the runners to approach the line, and there is the entire pack of runners in the 5,000 meters. As they will get ready for what will be 12.5 laps around the track here.
You know who I see out there in the lead as well? He won the 50 1500 earlier from Northridge, and then Ross Suri, Justin. He's back. He's back for more in the 5,000.
Why not? Nice little off day for Ross as the back you still see jumbled up. Hale from UC Irvine in the back of the pack as he's smiling and laughing as you see Cal Poly. They must have 12 entrants. That's the green and white running around the pack. And we were talking to these guys earlier in the afternoon, and distance runners, you have your own special breed of getting out there and just talking and having fun, running for 15 minutes.
It's definitely a special breed, as you put it, Justin. It's a fraternity like we talked about, and these athletes are consuming plates of food in front of us. They're going to burn it all off. They need the energy for this 3.1 miles. It's being led right now by Miguel Aceves from UC Davis out there. But it takes a lot of dedication. A lot of miles are put in. What we're seeing right now is the end result of a year-long training cycle. The coaches monitor these athletes training all year long. In the summer, a lot of the athletes will train together. They don't want those 3 months to go by without putting in mileage. Also, many of these gentlemen run cross country as well, so not only are they competing in track, but also cross country. As we see a UC Davis athlete stopping to put on his shoe. Not quite sure what happened there.
Number 16, Amar Delakia from UC Davis as he runs at 11 laps left in 5,000 meters. You know, it's one of those things too, when you look at the early pace setting on the outside, Tyler Huntley from Cal Poly coming up as he's going to give Nick Wolf a break as they will. He said that it's one of the things we talked to him too about teammates is just trying to take turns. He's going to be in the lead and set the pace.
You know who's famous for doing that? The Kenyan and Ethiopian athletes. They dominate the distances on the international scene, and they're known for working together, helping pull each other to victory, taking turns in a marathon with the lead. See it all the time, so definitely some team tactics that can go into play. And let's not forget these athletes live, train, eat together, so they know each other really, really well as we see the pace starting to pick up significantly now, Justin, after a couple of what we would call easy laps, if you can call them easy laps.
Well, that's the thing too, is we were all discussing it. I think we were supposed to know about anybody up and out there, but it's the magic of the pace, it's the magic of the race. But nobody wants to be first to go out and say how fast we're going to run it. If nobody emerges the front, everybody's just going to hang out. You may have a slow time.
Absolutely. It's like, you know, it's the game of, oh, no, you go first. No, why don't you go first? You know, it's a very polite way of saying, I don't want to do the work and I don't want to take the lead. That often happens in a championship. But then when they do start running what we'll call a decent, respectable pace, then that changes and you see the fitter athletes start to emerge at that point. Because in order to put in a surge at a quarter through a race, it takes some strength as well. Anyone, the non-seasoned athletes and not as well-conditioned athletes can hang with a slower pace, but it really starts to separate once that pace quickens.
But that's got to be a hard thing to know, is if somebody's going to go out too fast, just let them go. And realize you're going to hang just close enough to have your kick versus kicking too late, not being able to hang it in.
It really pays to know the talent in the field as an athlete. As an athlete, you must study your competition. You need to know the style of someone's running. You need to know what they've run throughout the season, if they've run consistent, if they're one of those athletes that can go out and pop a great performance, but then their next couple performances aren't so great. So I always liked to study the field. I focused on myself, but I also was very aware of who my competition was and how they performed that year.
8.5 laps as they go 55 seconds on the last lap around, and there's a look at the pack coming down the backstretch. Miguel Aceves from UC Davis continues to be the pace setter. Ryan DeHaro from UC Santa Barbara, and also bib number 12, Seth Totten from UC Riverside up in the front of things, and then Trevor Halstead from UC Davis on the bottom of the track as the pack still stays tight. There you see Anna Suri from Cal State Northridge trying to stay loose in the middle of everything also as these athletes are approaching the 8 lap to go mark.
Now, Justin, some of these athletes will go on to regionals, and from regionals regionals on to NCAA. So this is great practice for them because the packet regionals will be just as large. So it's very, very important to know how to run in a large field and how to run in a championship race. And there's no other way to practice it but just do it. As we see the men completing just about 8 laps here, or excuse me, 8 laps to go. We have number 37, Miguel Aceves, back in the lead from UC Davis.
Cal Poly, Tyler Huntley into the back corner as they just continue to kind of trade things back and forth, and you'll see the pack start to thin out a little bit now as you start to see that last lap the pace creeped up, and now every lap they're kind of just getting a little bit faster around the track.
I just clocked him at 72 seconds for that last lap, Justin. So definitely the pace is starting to quicken, but still very, very tight pack up here in front.
7 laps to go in the 5,000 meters.
We see number 12 come on up on the outside. That's Seth Totten from right here at UC Riverside, the Highlander, coached by the legendary Irv Ray. He's probably been told a thing or two about how to run a championship race. You know, we talked about Irv in the intro, Justin. He's coached nearly 200 All-Americans. 200 All-Americans.
Amar Delokia running in dead last. That young man who lost his shoe has lost it again, and he's just going to fight on without it.
You know, you've got to improvise. And this is what racing is all about. Sometimes unexpected things happen, and you just have to make the best out of it.
Improvise, adapt, and overcome. There's 6.5 laps left in the 5,000 meters. When we come back, we'll see who's going to be there at the end. Stay with us right here on Prime Ticket. You see a shot of the men's 5,000-meter pack here from the 2015 Big West Conference Track and Field Championships as the race to too close to call with 4 laps left. And Elena, let's take an updated look at your lanes to victory on the men's side of the equation, and that's the way they break down so far.
Well, right now, look at the Long Beach State 49ers. Of their total 157 points, 102 came from the field events. Now, it's close between first and second, with UC Santa Barbara 3 points behind, but evenly spread throughout the distances in field, so you can see just the dominance of the sprints in the field with Long Beach State for their style of a team. Now, let's go to third place with Cal State Northridge, a total of 86 points, 53 from the sprints, 10 from the distances, and 23 from the field, Justin.
Long Beach State leaders by 3, and they can add to that tally of 102 in the field as the men's discus currently underway in the infield as we run the 5,000 meters as the pack approaches here. Then you see the silhouettes of UC Davis, Cal Poly, UC Irvine.
Justin, with just 3 laps to go, excuse me, it's such a tight field. We've got Trevor Halstead out there, the junior from UC Davis out front. Look at that Mustang distance crew, still a very, very threatening image right there in all that green and yellow. Lots of points to be scored from them in this men's 5,000.
Long Beach State with just the 1 entry in the 5,000 meters, Cameron Pantoja, and he is well back in the pack. So if you're looking for the 49ers to try and add some more points here to the tally, you probably got to keep looking. But UCSB, Ryan Guijarro Jr., he certainly is very well in the thick of things, and he can look to add some points and put the Gauchos back on top of the league.
The Gauchos would love to see some points from him at this time right now. Just going to be very vital as we see bib number 4, Brian Guijarro from UC Santa Barbara, the junior. Now moving in front right there, that would be hip number 20, Austin Goins from UC Davis. Or excuse me, hip number 28, that's Nick Wolf from Cal Poly, a phenomenal steeple chaser.
Now, last year's winning time was 13:51.20 in this the pack goes by, they are well off that pace they set last year. Shocked at all about that. Last year was so hot up in Stockton and mid-90s and everything, and today we're low 60s over the west.
This is, perfect distance and middle distance running conditions, Justin. But once again, championships don't always mean fast times, especially in the distances. It was pretty tactical for these gentlemen at first, with some slower first few laps, and over 5,000 meters, a couple seconds here and there really do add up. As we see number 28, once again, that's a Nick Wolf, the junior from Cal Poly, out in front. With his steeplechase talent, it's not a surprise to me to see him up here in the 5,000. The steeple requires not only a lot of strength, but a lot of speed as well, and he's relying on that right now as we come to the bell lap.
Bell lap is upon us, and now you'll see the kick. Out in front, 300 meters to go. Andrew
There it is.
Wolf from Cal Poly.
So we've got Nick Wolf right behind him. We've got the junior from UC Santa Barbara, the Gaucho, trying to get some points from his team. And what a phenomenal men's 5,000, Justin. But there's an Aggie right there.
That's Brian Guijarro, UC Santa Barbara, and then Trevor Halstead from UC Davis making a move. And it is anybody's race as they're going to be lapping one of their competitors here as they're absolutely emptying out the final 100 meters. And shifting gears, Brian Guijarro from Santa Barbara, Nick Wolf from Cal Poly. They're going to go toe-to-toe on the line, and having just enough left at the end of the race from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, a junior, Nick Wolf takes home the 5,000 meters.
He's getting hugs from all of his teammates. Such a phenomenal race right there to come down to a sprint finish. Here we go as we see the replay down the home stretch. You'll see the athlete move to the side to let the faster athletes through. What a way to finish a men's 5,000. Nick Wolf relying on his strength to carry him through to victory. He must be very, very excited coming through at 14:42.45 unofficially.
Brian Guijarro from Santa Barbara gave it all that he could, and then in third place, Trevor Halstead from UC Davis. And Guijarro earning 8 huge points for UCSB. That'll put them back atop the leaderboard. There's the final men's 5,000 meters. Wolf with a nice night last night in the steeplechase. He takes down the 5,000 meters here today. Time of 14:42.45. Second place, Guijarro. Less than a second. He loses a 5,000 meters. He's still good enough in second. UC Davis, Trevor Halstead is third on the podium. Stay with us on the backside of the break. It's the women's turn to go 5,000 meters. Right here, you're watching the Big West Conference Track and Field Championships on Prime Ticket. Riverside, California, playing host today to the 2015 Men's and Women's Big West Conference Track and Field Championships, and we just had a close finish in the men's 5,000 meters as Guijarro from UC Santa Barbara closed hard, but he wasn't able to knock off Cal Poly San Luis Obispo as Nick Wolf able to take home the gold medal in the 5,000 meters. But last night, Melina, they did the 10,000 meters.
They absolutely did. And what a great performance last night in the men's 10,000 as we see Brian Guijarro right here at the bell lap. Watch him, he's in the blue. The UC Santa Barbara Gaucho sprinting, powering through the finish, looking over his shoulder to see where his teammate is. And he's like, I just won the Big West Championship. So big congratulations to his teammate. What a great effort by these two gentlemen.
So Guijarro from UC Santa Barbara, 31:09.72, takes home the top spot of the 10,000 meters, and he was just a second away from the vaunted double in the 5,000.
That is a brutal double. 10,000 and 5,000. That's a long work weekend as we see the women's 5,000 right here, Justin.
Alicia Kreidbrink, vaunted runner from UC Davis, last year's champion at 17:11.32. Now the pack of ladies running 5,000 meters, about half the size of the men that had entered, so they will have 20 athletes towing the line on the waterfall start for the women's 5,000 meter run. As they all jumble to the front, who do you like here, Melina?
Well, Clara McLeod right there, the sophomore from UC Davis. Right next to her, Sydney Jabo, the freshman from Cal Poly. As we know, Mark Conover always has his distance crew prepared, but yet so does Coach Ron Sheffield up at UC Davis. We're going to be seeing some good performances by these women. Erica Barr, the junior from UC Davis as well.
Got us off, and we're underway for the women's 5,000 meters. Lee Taylor, sophomore from Cal State Fulton, wants to be the early pace setter, followed closely by Molly Harr from Cal Poly, Kylie Nishisaka from Cal Poly.
Let's see Courtney Shahar from UC Irvine out there as well. So very, very slow pace right now, Justin. It's almost a walking pace at this point. Everyone kind of went out. It's like, uh-oh. Very, very slow right now.
See, only a former All-American and national champion distance runner can call that a long pace.
Well, now it's
I
the
say
pace.
that, I get in trouble. You say that, and you're like, come on now, ladies. I've been out there before. Pick up the pace.
I have been out there before. I have. Right now, I prefer the walking pace where I am right now in my non-career. But, you know, a championship race, we've said it all broadcast long, doesn't always mean the fastest times, but no one really wants to take the lead. But this is very, very slow right now, Justin.
Danielle Moreno, Cal Poly, hanging out second as the tight Emily Taylor, a bit of a fashion statement of the Melina. She's got one pink shoe, one yellow shoe. See the tall, long-legged runner there. Haven't seen that look before.
I've seen some spikes out there that are very, very unique at this Big West Track and Field Championships.
You see the ladies pack as they approach just about the 1.5 lap mark, and Lindsey Thury has managed to catch up with a guy who somehow has already regained his breath in the long distance race that's supposed to be, Lindsey, the 5,000 meters. It really came down to a 4,900 meter draw and a 1,000 meter sprint at the end, and standing by with a victorious Nick Wolf is Lindsey Thury. Lindsey?
Well, little did I know, I actually met Nick Wolf. We were staying at the same hotel, the broadcast team and the Cal Poly team, and Nick said, hey, are you on the broadcast team? I said, yes, I am, and if you win tomorrow, I'll get to interview you. Little did I know he's the winner. Nick, you knew something I didn't.
Yeah, well, I got second last year and went 2 out of 2 when he graduated, and I had to come out and show up for him. He's here watching, and I just really wanted to do it for my team, and God was lucky enough to, I was lucky enough, God blessed me for this, so just used it.
You came away with some battle wounds. I don't know if we can show it, but Nick has a bloody knee. Tell me about that race. It got pretty aggressive with the spikes.
Yeah, well, there's around like 30 people in that race, and I started near the back, and there's definitely, it's a lot more physical of a sport than people think, and there's a lot of elbows pushing, like people getting clawed up, but it's part of the sport, and I love it, so.
Do you do any of the clawing?
People push me a little too much, you know, sometimes you gotta get your way in there, so. But it's all good and fun in the sport.
Nick, a team effort out there, it's an individual win, but how much does having your team around you help get you to the front of that line?
Well, every teammate that I see definitely helps push me every bit more, and I knew they're all right with me, right behind me at the end, just wanting me to go push out there, so we've got a pretty good rivalry going with some of the other teams here, so I just really wanted to push and win for my team.
This is the 3rd straight year that Cal Poly has won this race. What is it in this program that you guys are learning and getting the edge on?
Well, I think it's our workouts and every run, we're just always together. We have such a good bond that we always push each other. In those distance races, it's a lot about just staying mentally tough, and we definitely have a mentally tough program, so.
You're telling me about this specific race. The pace was a little bit slow. Nobody wanted to take the lead. When did you decide, I'm going to be the guy?
Well, in like the 3rd lap, I took it out just to make it so it wasn't like a dog jog race. And then with like 2 or 3 laps to go, I just sensed everyone was just waiting for someone to like go and push and start going hard. So 2 laps to go, I pushed the pace, spread it out, and then I was just waiting for guys to come up on me that last lap to wait to get my full push. And the last 100 was a race, and I just pushed as hard as I could. And as soon as we were all there, I just started thinking about everything that I've been through and all my team waiting for me. So it helped me get that extra little push.
Because you have a lot of time in that race to think. Did you think you had enough left in your legs to get you across the finish line first?
Yeah, yesterday I didn't feel too well, but today I just had that little edge in my legs, and that last mile I just felt it. I was just waiting to unleash it, and it worked out.
It worked out. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Justin?
Lindsay, it must have been that good night's sleep that he had and the taste of hotels that we share with the Mustangs and the Fox broadcast crew, and the congratulations goes out to Nick Wolf as back here live on the track, looking at the women's 5,000 meters as they approach the 9th lap left in the race, and still too close to call as the pack is tight. Emily Taylor from Cal State Fullerton still setting the pace. And Milena, let's update your lanes to victory where there's starting to be some separation occurring.
There is a definite separation, Justin. The Matador women, a total of 193 points, 124 coming from the field events. But don't forget, we have the heptathlon with the 1, 2, 3, and 5 place finish from last week, tied into those field points. Second place, UC Davis women, 144 total points. Lovely, a very nice balance across sprints, distance, and field events. In third place with 73 points, Cal Poly with the majority, not surprising, with their points coming from the distances.
Milena's lanes of victory, how they get them done. Sprints, distances, and field. And Cal State Northridge handling the field events easily as you start to see some separation with the runners on the back of the track.
Justin, I clocked them about a lap prior, and they were at 90 seconds for the lap. That means 18:45 pace for the 5K. That is very, very pedestrian for these women. So hopefully we'll start to see the pace pick up in the next lap or so.
So as the pack approaches the front, you see Emily Taylor out front, and right at her heels is Danielle Moreno.
I'm thinking at this point, Justin, one of these ladies is going to have to say, okay, I've had enough. I need to start opening it up. And I have a feeling it might be the Cal Poly women.
As they approach, just over 8 laps left, let's take a flashback where last night a lot of these same athletes in the 5,000 meters went twice this far around the oval at UC Riverside as the women's 10,000 meters was run last night.
Here's the start of the women's 10,000. It gets very, very dusk dark at that time.
Well, that's more what I call pedestrian pace off the start when you're going 10,000 meters.
10,000 meters is a long way around the track, Justin. It's, like I say, the 10,000 is not won from the gun. It's a process. It's many, many laps that you spend on the oval as we see champions there from UC Santa Barbara, the two Cal Poly Mustang women in second and third. So that was Danielle Moreno running 37:33 for victory.
Sydney Zabo and Molly Carr, Cal Poly teammates, take second and third. And so when you look, Danielle Moreno from UC Santa Barbara, she's also entered into the 5,000 meters. And she could perhaps be eligible for the 10,000 and 5,000 double here as the runners approach. 7 laps left in the race.
Carr is coming back, Sabo's coming back. We talked about what it is to do that double. We covered the men's race, but it is extremely difficult to run a 10,000, come back less than 24 hours later and run a 5,000. Both very, very demanding distance races. Not only do you have to be prepared physically, having had put in a lot of miles throughout the season, but also you've got to prepare yourself mentally and emotionally. It could be very easy for an athlete to get overwhelmed with the task at hand, to say, oh my gosh, I'm running this race tonight. How am I going to run another distance race tomorrow? That's where you've got to take one event at a time and don't get too sidetracked by what you have to do in front of you. When I ran my marathons in New York and Boston, what I did is try to run 1 mile at a time, because it could have been very, very overwhelming for me to look at the marathon as a whole. I remember standing on the starting line of the New York Marathon, and it was my first marathon ever. And I had Alana Meyer, a good friend from South Africa, who was former world record holder in the look at me. She knew it was my debut marathon race, and she looked over, shook her head, and just laughed. And it made me laugh and kind of release some tension because she knew what was going through my mind at the time, thinking I can see, you know, standing on the Verrazanos Narrows and see the rest of the city spread out in front of me, thinking I'm running 26.2 miles through the Big Apple.
But Tavern on the Green had to seem like it was 150 miles away at that point.
At that point, it didn't. I didn't even want to think about it, and it was the best thing I did was to not think about it. It's like running the 5,000. I believe the best way to do it is run one lap at a time.
You can't run 12 and a half without getting through 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. And speaking of guys who like to go 1, 2, and 3, let's update you on what happened in the men's triple jump. That was just a hop, skip, and a jump ago. They took care of it on the infield as there's a look at the pack with 6.5 laps to go in the 5,000 meters. And here we go in the triple jump. That's Craig Malden Jr. out of UC Riverside. The triple jump, the hop, the skip, and the jump. And when Malden landed, he would be out there over 15 meters. And that's good enough for third place in the Big West Conference. And then the jumping crew that is Woody Alexander from Long Beach State. Sophomore went over 15.5 meters. And Alexander, that jump held up for a long time. He thought he might have done it. But Ryan Sanders, in his swan song performance, held serve. He's placed nationally, and he wins it by the slimmest of margins for Long Beach State. And you go to the photographic here at Molina, adding that up, that is 2 3/4 inches that separated those teammates.
That's not a lot at all, but a victory is a victory, and sometimes it's a very small margin. As we see the Long Beach State 49er flag waving there, the support from the team here, from the Long Beach team, has been phenomenal. We've seen that flag being paraded around the stadium. Cal State Northridge has done the same as well. So really, really a great scene here, a great vibe, all the support from the teammates as we look at the women's triple jump, Justin.
Women's triple jump gets started. We'll start off with Kendall Nielsen. Now, her prior 2 years, she'd done no better than 5th. But Kendall takes her 40-meter approach, and she lands 12.46 meters from the takeoff board. And then Jasmine Bath, she has gone over 40 feet one time this year, leads the conference in freshman. And she was able to get out there 12.48 meters. And then Rachel Tolliver from Hawaii showed that jet lag was not a factor for her. And so far this year, she had set the second best mark in the Big West Conference, and she was the favorite to come in and win the Big West Conference title. And she does just that, as Hawaii takes the 10 points, with Tolliver flying 41 feet, 9 1/4 inches, and then Jasmine Bass just an inch better than Kendall Nielsen from Cal Poly. But it's going to be the black and gold of Long Beach State taking home the 8 points, moving along to second place on the podium in the women's triple jump. And also note, Rachel Tolliver set a UC Riverside Stadium record with that jump of 41 feet, 9 1/4 inches. So she will not only have the title of Big West Conference champion in the triple jump, but she also goes down in the annals of history. UC Riverside Track Complex.
That's not a bad day at work, Justin.
Might even put her name on the big Hall of Fame board that adorns turn number 1 here at the UC Riverside Track Complex. Is back here, you're looking live at the women's 5,000 meter race, and they're approaching 3 laps to go. Now we have extreme separation. As about 150 meters ago, the athletes decided to go to the kick, and there you see Santa Barbara out of the lead in the 5,000 meters.
Justin, the pace is definitely quickened with less than a mile to go. The women had run a 79-second lap, much faster than that 90-second pace they were running earlier in the race. We knew it would happen. We knew it would break up. We knew they would start running some very quick times. It was just a matter of when it would happen. As we see the Gaucho out front, followed by a young lady from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo.
Bib number 4:03 belonging to Daniela Moreno from UC Santa Barbara. So Moreno won last night's 10,000 meters, as we told you, and the chance for the vaunted double here today.
Definitely. So she won the 10,000, coming back for the 5. That is, like we've said before, just what a great effort by her at this point thus far, with approaching 2 laps to go. She had a very long night. The women ran late into the evening, had to get back to the hotel, recover, get some nutrition in her, and get prepared for today's race.
Now when everybody starts getting jumbled as you get athletes being lapped as they go across here, so we will do our best to figure out who is who, but there is bib number 6.
And running in a strong 3rd and 4th of UC Davis Aggie women, looking to pick up some more very important points, Justin, as well.
That's Molly Haar. She's got hip number 4 with bib number 6. That's Molly Haar, the sophomore from Cal Poly. She's your race leader. And then closely on her hip is Daniela Moreno. Now Moreno wants to retake the lead as they approach what's going to amount to be 600 meters left in this 5,000 meters.
Yeah, absolutely. Moreno starting to open it up a little bit, but Haar staying close behind her as they have about 500 meters to go. In a distance race like this, it is, always exciting at the finish, Justin, to see women that have run, 3.1 miles, and it comes down to a sprint, just like we saw in the men's 10 and the men's 5.
Approaching the bell lap is Daniela Moreno and Molly Haar. They're going to go toe-to-toe in the final 400 meters for the women's 5,000 meter championship.
They are shoulder to shoulder right now. This is definitely going to come down to who has the best kick, and it's going to be interesting to see if and when the San Luis Obispo sophomore decides to make a move on Moreno from Santa Barbara.
Appears to be right now.
Down the backstretch, they are shoulder to shoulder as Haar makes a distinct move, Justin.
250 meters to go, and she's going to just say, come catch me. If you're going to double, you're going to have to earn it.
She throws a quick look over her shoulder to see how much distance she has between the gaucho as she continues to extend her lead, and as her sights set on becoming the women's 5,000 Big West champion.
I don't think Daniela Moreno's got enough left after winning the 10,000 last night. It appears that there's going to be a sensational performance turned in by Molly Haar, sophomore from Cal Poly, and the crowd is on their feet, bringing her home. And it's going to be Molly Haar who earns the title of women's 5,000 meter champion.
A great performance by the Mustang. She catches her breath here. Well-deserved rest after 5,000 meters of hard running. As athletes get some water, the sun's starting to come out. Now, even though it is ideal conditions today for a distance race, they're still warm. It's the high 60s. We take a look at the pass that Haar makes on Moreno.
She just stepped outside and just bit contentious. You see the elbow flying a little. Nick Wolf mentioned, who says distance running isn't a contact sport?
There was a little elbow there. She looks over now. An athlete must have one stride length distance in order to pass, and she did. So she passed her legally and is now the champion here at the Big West Track and Field Championships. So she gets some congratulatory hugs from her teammates.
Hugs and handshakes all around as they bring the athletes home as they round out the end of the 5,000 meters. And we're going to step aside, take a break. When we come back, we'll update you on the high jump. I invite you to stick around for the most spirited race left in the afternoon, the men's and women's 4x400 relays.
Welcome back to UC Riverside, the Big West Track and Field Championships. I'm joined by the winner of the 5,000, Molly Haar. Molly, you tell me this is your first collegiate win ever.
Yeah.
And you had no idea you could do it.
No, I went into the race, I knew second was an achievable goal for me this year, looking at the entries and everything, but
I just went into the race, the mindset, just do what I can. I mean, the 10K was last night. Luckily, it wasn't that hard. It was not really taxing at all, so I had a lot left in the system for today, and I just left it all out on the track.
You have a lot of laps to run in the 5,000. At what point did you realize you really had a shot at this?
300 to go. I just thought back to last Friday. I had a really good workout, and it had some 300s in it, and I just nailed my last 300, so I knew I was capable of just nailing it in and just giving it everything I got.
Molly, you're just the second lady at Cal Poly to ever win this race. At this meet, what does that mean?
I guess that's a pretty big deal to me, but you know, I get most of my inspiration from my teammates, so just to be able to be up there, I guess, and maybe like be a role model on the team myself is a really big deal to me.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Justin?
Second ever to win it, Lindsay, but second in the last 3 years for a Mustang athlete as Laura Hollander cracked through back in 2013. Well, folks, tonight, Fox Sports Live will get you caught up on a full night of NHL and NBA playoff action, plus highlights on tonight's Major League Baseball games. You can see Fox Sports Live tonight at 11 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports 1, or see it simulcast right here on Prime Ticket. So the final field event awaits the high jump. And if you've ever wondered at just how high these athletes clear, well, so did our Lindsay Theory, and this is what she found out.
So I'm at the high jump, just to give you some perspective. I'm 5'8". The highest jumping woman, she can clear me at 6 feet tall. The highest jumping man, well, this bar is set at 7 feet, and he's going to take a running leap and clear the top of my fingertips. They don't call it the high jump for nothing.
And taking a look at the men's high jump, the winning jump, Stephen Williams. Now earlier he went 6 feet 11. Now I'm wondering why Lindsay didn't stand under the bar and let him just jump right over her as we did that piece she just did. But a nice job for Cal State Fullerton. Stephen Williams, the Titan, taking all the banner back to historic Titan Gym as Williams goes 6'9.5" on the afternoon. Dispenza from Irvine went 6'7.5", and then Lonnie T. Jackson, the Matador, goes 6 feet 7.5 inches. Now, not to be undone, the women's high jump was going for 2014. A last season nice job for Cal State Northridge in the women's high jump, as you see a very excited Matador there. And then Jessica Emdy from UC Santa Barbara. She was third place in the high jump last year as a sophomore, and she improves upon that this year as a very excited gaucho coming off the mat there. And you see the women's high jump, Jessica Emdy able to take the gold medal. UC Santa Barbara 5'10.5". Now her and Lydia French were tied, but she does a couple of spots. Therefore, they give her the top mark atop the podium. And now here we are, the most anticipated race of the afternoon. It's the one that gets everybody crowded around the track. The men's and women's 4x400 relays.
Great races. These athletes head into the blocks. Let's look to lanes 4, UC Riverside, and lanes 5, the 49ers from Long Beach State. Justin.
You see the field is going to be Poly at 1, Davis in 2, Northridge at 3, Riverside at 4, Long Beach State out at 5, Cal State Fullerton in 6, UC Santa Barbara in 7, and UC Irvine in 8, and Milena we talked earlier. And you like UC Riverside or Long Beach State?
I do, and let's look to Cameron Glasgow on Lake 3 of Long Beach State. Gun is up.
Whistle sounds and something on the track, it appears. You see the most, I say the most spirited, is you see every student athlete that has participated around the track, and everybody tries to get a spot along the fence as they can root everybody on, and they got flags and horns and everything else. And oh my goodness, who's down there in the midst of yellow and black? Lindsay, what are you doing?
It's like I'm back in college again, guys. Who doesn't want to go back? I'm actually in the middle of the Long Beach State crew. They are there to cheer on their men in the 4x4. And they have chants planned out depending on who's running each leg of the race. So I'm kind of excited to see what they have going on here.
Good stuff, Lindsay. Well, don't let them squeeze you out. You got to
No, you got to keep your bows up. I'm good at this. We all got our elbows up. I got my my spot. We're ready.
It's like you're running the 5,000 meters, jockeying for position down there.
I'm not running at all. I'm out of breath jogging down here.
The starter has the runners in the blocks for the men's 4x400 meter relay. Runners in the blocks. The clean start, Milena off of the gun. It's going to be official.
It is as the athletes complete that first turn. I love what Lindsay said. The Long Beach 49ers have a different chant for each athlete. It's kind of like a closing pitcher having a song of their choice, like Trevor Hoffman, Mike Padre, and Hells Bells playing Come Out to the Pitching Mound. As these athletes round the back turn, they're going by that Long Beach 49er chant right now.
Now remember, you're Riverside. This is Troy Percival country up here. The first year running the Highlander program on the baseball side. But as the first leg is upon us, the batons are about ready to get handed off. And lane number 8, UC Irvine, is going to win the first leg as Cameron Baker will be handing off now to Lloyd Sicard. And then Cal State Fullerton, Taylor Ross hands to Joshua Gordon. And then Long Beach State, the handoff will go from Dylan McCloskey to Michael Perez-Rogers.
Looks like all clean exchanges as the athletes will start to break after that first turn. So remember, in the first leg of the 4x400, the athletes run in lanes the entire way. And then after that, they can start to break if it's clear.
Here they go in the back. And there's your Lindsay Theory glimpse as she was. But the laugh was the cheer. The deployment. She didn't fall in the rank with her fellow crew as Long Beach State better get their leading cheer ready as it's going to be Long Beach State on the third handoff with the lead. Then Cal State Northridge followed by Cal State Fullerton. So this will be Cameron Glasgow, James Knowles, and Nick Soleil going 1, 2, and 3 into the backstretch.
Now, it can be very tricky during that exchange as athletes are jostling position, shouting so that their teammate can see them. I see the legendary Vince O'Boyle from UC Irvine out there on the infield. He is now consulting, doing work at the Big West, making sure everything's being run properly down there. So we see the athletes turn for the home stretch.
Long Beach State, Cal State Northridge, Cal State Fullerton, UC Davis as they come down here approaching the fourth and final handoff in the baton zone. And Cal State Fullerton making a move as Northridge starts to slow up. And into the final 400, it's going to be Long Beach State, Cal State Fullerton, Cal State Northridge, and UC Davis.
We do have an athlete down on the track, Justin.
Injury on the backstretch. They quickly race to a tandem. We'll see if that's a storyline that progresses as the athletes approach the 200-meter mark. And Long Beach State running the anchor leg. Jamani Lockett for Cal State Fullerton and Shaz Harmon. As they 1-2 into the final turn, they do manage to just get the track cleared in time. And Long Beach State makes the turn and heads for home. And Jamani Lockett, the junior, appears to have the Big West Conference title in his sights. Cal State Fullerton for second, and then Cal State Northridge closing hard is Khalid Jones. But UC Davis making a move, and it's going to be Hosea Tate closing out hard for UC Davis. So it's going to be Long Beach State in 3:09:58, the champions of the 4x400 relay.
Great last leg there by the junior Jamani Lockett as we see him waiting for his teammates to come over.
Leaving it all out on the track. All of the athletes in the men's 4x400 meter. And there you see UC Irvine unable to complete the race as they have an athlete shaken up.
We have his teammates over there as well. As we see the Long Beach State men congratulating each other on a race well run, well-deserved victory there.
The 4 athletes pencil in to run the relay. Dylan McCluskey was on the opening leg. Michael Perez-Rogers took the second leg, followed by Cameron Glasgow, and then Jamani Lockett ran the anchor leg for Long Beach State. And Milena, let's take a look here on the left side of the screen. What ended up happening here, as you see, still struggling to paint UC Irvine, but on the left side of the screen, you'll see it here.
Look at the Irvine athlete right there. He grabs towards his leg and goes down to the track. Not sure what happened, but
you just feel for him as they all want to gut it out and everything else. And he goes down grabbing the left leg in pain, and they just were able to move him off the track to clear him out of the way of all the traffic that comes in behind you in the race. And that's the part is, it's okay to be injured, but they don't want to get it worse with everybody else coming to run over you.
Absolutely. There's a lot going on during a track and field race, and you never want to see an athlete go down to the track. So
Long Beach State, the champions of the 4x400 meter relay, and the 49ers get 10 much-needed points as they try and complete the chance to win the Big West Conference men's team title. Let's sit downstairs to Lindsay.
Willie, hey, cheering on your teammates there. Tell me about these cheers and how much you think it really helps your 4x400 runners.
Well, the thing is, they tell us where they want us to go, and it helps them a lot because this is the end of the 400, and it's when they really need to kick as much as they can. So, I mean, I hope the cheers, they're individualized depending on who's running. So I hope it really means something to them while they're running.
Strategy. Cameron Glasgow actually ran by this part, looked over and started nodding. Do you expect that from him?
Oh, definitely. He shows out. I mean, he's a great runner. Both 200 and 400, sometimes the one. So, I mean, he can back it up. He's not just doing it for show.
Willie, you're a big part of this men's team. You guys could take home a team title. You're a jumper. What's the camaraderie like on this squad?
It's literally like a family. It's like my second family. I mean, these guys mean the world to me. It's when you come here, you're not competing for yourself, you're competing for the team. You forget about the name on the back, and you just focus on the name on the front, Long Beach.
All right, guys, back up to you.
Lindsay, if you're not careful, they're going to give you a cheer over there.
My elbows are still up.
The good luck charm that is Lindsay Ferry for the Long Beach State men's track team as they win the 4x400 meter relay. And now our final event is upon us for the women's side of this track and field competition as the women file into the track for the 4x400 meter relay. And Glusack, who do you like?
I like the UC Davis women. We've got Sha'Carri Nixon and Ashley Marshall both in this 4x400. But let's not forget the Northridge Matadors. They are out in lane 5. We've got Marie Veal and Alexis Lambert on that anchor leg. And you'll see the women preparing, getting ready into the blocks, and they're taking off their sweats, their bottoms. And one thing to point out, all the relay members have to wear the same uniform. They cannot, one cannot wear short tights and the other long tights. So all these women have to be dressed the same.
Who gets to dictate that? The lead leg or the anchor leg? Or is it freshman or senior thing?
I'd say it's the fastest athlete.
Makes sense. So we'll see if UC Davis can take it home. Ashley Marshall going to run the third leg for UC Davis. She's already run the 100 and the 200 in the afternoon.
Well, Sha'Carri Nixon leading it off, a very quick athlete.
Runners in the blocks. The gun sound, so the final event of the women's Big West Conference Track and Field Championships. The 4x400 meter relay, and quickly down the backstretch. Goliath Branch of Cal State Fullerton opening up an early lead over Hallie Bronner from UC Santa Barbara.
These women will stay in their lanes the entire 400 meters, pass it to their teammates, and within the 20-meter passing zone, their teammates may break if they have a full stride length after the first turn.
Cal State Fullerton in number 8. Santa Barbara in 7, Riverside in 6. Cal State Northridge making a move now in lane 5, followed by Davis in 4. Long Beach State back in 3. Trailing UC Irvine in 2, Hawaii in 1. And at the first handoff, it'll be Cal State Fullerton and Cal State Northridge, and nearly a draw. As the first baton will actually go to Northridge. Samantha Dirks hands to Jenna Vincey. And Cal State Fullerton will go from Branch to Janiyah Shorey, the sophomore for the Titans.
We were talking a little bit about how the uniforms have to be the same, and the UC Irvine women, decided to run in long tights and a singlet. So, some cooler weather than the sprinters like. They like it warm. They like it in the 80s. Keeps them nice and loose. Whereas the distance runners prefer these ideal conditions for those 4-lap races and longer.
Cal State Northridge are now making a move on the outside as UC Riverside announcing their presence. That's Asha Giles with a sensational second leg, making up a whole ton of distance as Riverside is actually going to be leading it here into the third handoff as Cal State Northridge, Jenna Vincey will hand to Marie Veal, And then UC Riverside will have Ashley Giles handle Raquel Heflin. Putting the pedal down now, Marie Veal really opening it up in the backstretch.
These Highlanders have to be thrilled to run in front of their home crowd. Justin, we've had a great turnout for these Big West Track and Field Championships. Stands are full. There's spectators and supporters lining the track outside the fence as these women make the turn on the second turn, the far end of the track.
Look at Ashley Marshall for UC Davis into turn number 3. She's made up 3 positions and trying to make it another. Does she have enough left as she comes into the final turn? It's going to be Cal State Northridge, UC Riverside, Long Beach State, and here comes Marshall for Davis.
These women just want to get to the baton as soon as possible to this final leg. Oftentimes, teams put their fastest runner on the last leg of the 4x400 relay.
A dead heat at the baton handoff. For Riverside, it'll be Amber Wright. For Northridge, it'll be Lexus Lambert. And it is any woman's race to win at this point.
Very, very close at this point, Justin. This is what college track and field is all about. The spirit of the 4x400, the excitement, the crowd is drawn into it. That's why you've got to love NCAA competition.
The final turn approaches. Right from Riverside, Lambert for Northridge. Who wants it more? The final 100. Now they absolutely leave it all on the track. Northridge and Riverside. Riverside and Northridge. Who's it going to be? With 20 meters to go, the last little bit left belongs to Lexus Lambert and the Cal State Northridge Matadors.
What a great performance by the Matador women, and the UC Riverside Highlanders gave it their all in front of their home crowd. A stellar performance by these fine, fine young ladies, Justin.
Cal State Northridge with the 1 victory on the afternoon in the 4x400 meters. And take a look down the stretch they came, and Melina, this was absolutely anybody's race, up to and including the final 20 meters.
It was closer than close. It does not get any tighter than this, Justin, with these 2 women just battling it out for their teams. Right to the finish as we see Northridge bringing it across the line for the Matadors. What I love to see right there was Marie Veal on the sidelines cheering her teammate on, trying to spur her to victory. Every final inch counts when it's that close of a race, Justin.
UC Riverside has got to be extremely proud of the efforts turned in by Noelle Ashley Giles, Raquel Heflin, and Amber Wright as they take second place in the podium in the final event of the season here up at UC Riverside Track Complex. The only thing left is Nationals and the National Championship. And we take a look at the final results there. The Matadors, 3:40.11, their winning time. Riverside in second. And Long Beach State, the 49ers, able to take third on the podium. But to the victors go the spoils, and that means a very happy group of Matadors is talking with our Lindsay Theory right now.
They're chugging water like it's going out of style down here. They started the day off with a win in the 4x100, now the 4x400. Lexus, you started the race off. What kind of start did you get?
I got a pretty good start. I was just trying to stay consistent throughout the race.
Sam, number 2. What was the handoff? Actually, number 2. Sorry, Jenna, you're number 2. What was the handoff like?
Our handoff was pretty good. I think we executed that very well. I knew I had to get a good turn in, so just trying to do the best I could.
Already part of a winning relay earlier today, Marie. What was it like to be part of this relay?
Same feeling, amazing, and we came out with the win, so I'm happy.
All right, the anchor like that looks pretty painful. When did you realize you could pull it out?
Right around the 120 mark. I just tried to stick it out, you know. This is my last race of the day, so I just put it all on the track.
Anything left in your legs?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
How it should be. Congratulations, ladies.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Congratulations to the Cal State Northridge Matadors as the women win the 4x400 meter relay in fine fashion in a race that could have went either way. It was as good as advertised, but in the end, the Matadors stand atop the medal stand. Now, our final field event of the afternoon wrapped up just moments ago on the infield. And we take a look at the men's discus, and that's Kaima Ikeme, senior from Riverside. He was third last year to Long Beach State's Errol and Frazier. And this time McKinney brought his A game today to the Highlander track, and the senior pulls it out there 52.64 meters. And then Victor Martin has had one sensational season so far, two-time Big West Field Athlete of the Week. And Victor stands in the circle, and the only throw that he could keep was the first one. And he put it out there 52.66 meters as he fouled on his next 5 attempts. And then Jacob Frazier, the junior, spins around in the circle, and on his 5th attempt, he launched it 185 feet 4 inches, and that is the 2nd time he's won that event. And no shocker to the top of the medal podium in Long Beach State throwing crew as Jacob Frazier, Victor Martin, and Kai McKinney from Riverside. And that is the 5th straight year that Long Beach State has produced the discus champion. And when we come back, we'll see if those final 18 points were enough to get it done for the Long Beach State men as they go for a three-peat on the team title. UC Davis tries for 4 in a row. We'll come back to let you know if it all happened right after this. Welcome back to Riverside, California, where those trophies right there, the hardware, the whole reason they ran the entire conference season is just moments away to find out who gets to display that back on their campus in the trophy case. And for the men's side of things, Long Beach State behind a sensational performance from their throwers out of your lanes to victory, Molina. The 49ers, no strangers, their 3rd year in a row they get it done.
Well, big congratulations out to the Long Beach State men. A great team effort. I know Coach Andy Seith is going to be very proud of his 49ers and very happy as well with those 185 team points.
And now for the women's side of things, and do not adjust your television screens. UC Davis gets left at the altar. First time in 3 years, Molina. The 4-peat unable to happen as Cal State Northridge, the Matadors, were too tough today.
The Matador women were extremely tough out there on the oval and in the field. Justin scoring 212 impressive points to the Aggies 168. A big congratulations to the Matador women.
So the team scores are done, but let's hand out some individual awards, and we'll find out who the men's and women's athlete of the meet were. And let's step aside and join track announcer Dixon Farmer. Group of Cal State Northridge Matador female athletes. First time in any of those careers, Molina, they won a Big West Conference track title as they upset the UC Davis women.
These women have to be thrilled. It is always nice to bring home hardware, especially as a team, as you see the fans in the stadium and the Northridge women making their way over to their Matador flag. In the Long Beach State men, as we see the hardware that's going to be presented, have to be thrilled, especially because next year they'll be hosting this meet.
There you see the Matadors shaking and popping everything, and now let's go ahead and join public press announcer Dixon Farmer for our athletes in the meet.
And this is not new to Carl. 2 times previous to this, he 100 meters and 200 meter championships in the Big West. He this year is voted as the Athlete of the Year. Congratulations to Carl Horsley.
Carl Horsley, Big West men's athlete of the meet. Sensational meet for him, winner of the 100 meter, the 200 meter. Also in the 4x100 meter, and now let's find out who won it for the ladies.
In the 200, the anchor of the winning 4x1 and the third leg on the winning 4x4. An absolutely brilliant weekend for the New Zealand.
for Cal State Northridge, the Big West women's athlete of the meet. Second in the 100 meters and the 100-meter hurdle. She also ran the anchor leg in the 4x100-meter relay, and it's kind of hard to let it upset somebody as talented as Ashley Marshall from UC Davis.
It absolutely is, Justin. I think the performance of their 4x400 team that helped bring the Matador women to victory over the Aggies perhaps played a role in the decision of making Veal athlete of the meet as she joins her team.
Standing by with the athletes of the meet, both wearing the red and black of Cal State Northridge. Standing by is Lindsay. Take it away.
We're going to start with Marie. Marie, congratulations. In 4 big races today, you take first in 2, second in the other 2. Was this one of the best races of your days of your career?
Yeah, just about that, yeah.
Going into today's meet, what were your goals, and do you think, obviously, you guys achieved them?
Yeah, we achieved them. The overall goal was to win Big West as a team, and we did that, so I'm happy.
For you personally, how does it get better than this?
I need to go out and break our school record, and that'll make me even happier, but that's about it.
Marie, you told me that you actually look up to your teammate, Carl. What is it about him as an athlete out here that you admire?
His hard work, his dedication, his love for the sport, all of that combined.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, so that leads to Carl. Carl, obviously very kind words from your teammate. What does that mean to hear?
You know, it's great when you hear those words coming from your teammates. I try to come out, give good energy for my teammates day in and day out. So, those words they touch me. They touch me.
You redshirted last year to get your legs under you, to get stronger. Paid off.
Yes. Yeah, it did. It was a little rough doing this 1 and 2. My legs weren't as strong as I hoped they were, but the Lord brought me through, and I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Inaugural Big West Conference Men's Athlete of the Meet. What does that mean to you?
Oh, it's great. I'm glad, people can say it's always a blessing to be named athlete of the meet. There's so many great performances going on, and it's just great to be recognized for the wins.
Carl, congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Justin.
Thanks, Lindsay. Congratulations once again to athletes Veal and Horsley, Cal State Northridge, the athletes of the meet. And now, Melina, it is time to hand out the team hardware and making their slow stroll to the podium is the Long Beach State Men's. And you're no stranger to winning, but how good does that feel to be out there with your best friends in life, your students together, your teammates together, and it all culminates you in a conference championship?
I can't think of anything that's better than that. As you can see, these Long Beach State athletes are having a great time sharing this victory with each other. And that's what it's all about, your college career, about the experience with your team. And nothing epitomizes that better than the scene that we're seeing right now, Justin, as you see the athletes collecting their hardware, their smiles all around.
Long Beach State getting their medals as they walk by. They got the championship t-shirts and the trophy and everything else. And pretty soon next year, we're going to be hosting the track and field championships over at Long Beach State. Why not? They've got one of the best track programs. Big West, obviously, but also anywhere in the nation.
I'm so excited to see this European style oval that's being built right now. Coach Andy Sykes is like a proud father showing off pictures of the track the other day. So a European oval differs a little bit from the track where the competition took place today.
We just see the final medal handed out to the men of Long Beach State, and now as we have the championship women's team from Cal State Northridge for the first time, we have the Matadors of Cal State Northridge winning the women's team contest. Standing by with Coach Avery is Lindsay.
Coach, 2 years in a row UC Davis wins. They're going for a three-peat. You guys were able to break it up when you charted the meet out. Did you see this happening?
Definite possibility. We knew we had to come in and fight. Anytime you have a defending champion, including a multi-defending champion, you really have to step up, and our girls did just today.
Starting off on the track events, obviously Marie Veal, the athlete of the meet, had a huge role in today's wins. Tell me a little bit about her.
amazing. She's tough. You know, she is tough and she's from tough. And, you know, she stepped up last week for us in the heptathlon. A new event, her first time out and scoring big points, and then coming back this week doing multiple events. You know, it's big.
That 4x100, that 4x400, how much of an emphasis was the relays and winning those?
The relays are always, you know, that's always huge for us. Anything that has to do with sprinting around the track, you know, straight down the track, that's always big for us.
The field athletes, who shined out there for you?
Olympia Jewett, Shantae Barnes, Marissa Rossi, our heptathletes, you know, all came together and did well. Monique Griffiths winning the hammer and the discus. You know, it was a team effort all the way around.
Coach, congratulations, Big West champions.
Thank you.
Justin?
Lindsay, a very excited Cal State Northridge Matadors women's track team is going to start their way toward the medal podium where they pick up their conference championship medal, t-shirts, and trophy as well. And why not? I don't know if there's any other way to call it. It's an upset today. UC Davis trying to win 4 in a row conference titles and unable to do it.
It's a big upset with these Matador women. They performed brilliantly as we saw Marie Veal collecting her hardware earlier for Athlete of the Week. I know her performances contributed greatly to her team's victory.
You see the Big West Women's Championship, first title in a long time since they handed it over to UC Davis. Now they have back what they thought was theirs, and they've done it all the time. So no strangers to getting to the top of the medal podium. But you heard Avery's interview with Lindsay, it really was a team effort. They got it done in the sprints and the distances and in the throwing, which really proved to be the difference.
They got it done across the board, and that was the difference to their success today.
Big delay as the men's team having fun with the high jump bid as they are loading up on a bet with one of their assistant coaches who takes a roll at the beach. Now they finally clear them out of the way as college kids being college kids down there, and now Cal State Northridge. The ladies say, hey, we're used to going first. Let us have our chance.
Exactly, the ladies want to shine now. It's their turn.
So standing by with a victorious Long Beach State coach, and Lindsay, that is a happy, happy man you're standing next to.
Coach, we just want your assistants rolling around in the pit. You guys have been 3 straight men's championships here. Does it get any better to be Long Beach State right now?
It's just an awesome feeling to be a part of a great group with a great staff. We've really had to push through a lot this year. We haven't had a track to train on, new facility coming. These guys have worked their tail off, and the staff has worked their tail off. So
you told me that you really challenge your guys to make a presence on a national scale. Obviously, by having that as a goal, they can do well here. That turned out.
It turned out for us this time, but we've got a challenge with UC Santa Barbara.
Some of your guys who really made a big impact today, Chris Lowe, came into this program.
Well, guys like that, you know, we have more guys like that too, but you can't do it without that. I mean, the performance level, the drive, the determination can't be matched. And those guys set the standard for everybody, and everybody just follows. It's a great group.
As a coach, what does it mean to win 3 in a row?
I don't think it's sunk in yet, but it will, and it feels good.
If you go roll around in the pit, it'll sink in.
We're rolling around in the pits today.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Go Beach.
Justin.
Coach Andy Seif, a very happy Long Beach State coach, and remember there's a shot of a group of happy Matadors as they get their championship medals and t-shirts, and I don't know, they look like they're just kind of subdued about the whole thing.
Well, now here goes the victory cheer and dance now. Now they're happy. They see that hardware, Justin, is what they've worked all season for.
There you go, they get the cheer ready to go as Coach hands the trophy over to the proud group of ladies, and rightfully so. Cal State Northridge, you see some members of the 4x100 women's relay team just off their meet record they set a couple years ago. 3/100ths of a second, they just miss it. But it took a little bit of anything and everything to get it done, as it is a prideful group of Long Beach State men and Cal State Northridge women. When we come back, we'll give you some more insights here from the Big West Conference Track and Field Championships. Stay with us from Riverside. You're watching Prime Ticket. State Northridge. And for the men, there's a good shot at Coach Seif with a victorious Long Beach State crew. And speaking of one of the guys who got it done today, for the third time in 4 years, Long Beach State won the men's 400 meters. Standing by with the reigning champion of that event is Lindsay Theory.
With Cameron Glasgow. Cameron, in your new shirt with your medal, the third straight season the Long Beach men's team has won the Big West. As a senior, what's it like to go out on?
It's a wonderful feeling. We've been training for this moment all the way since August, and just the dedication and hard work that we put in since then, it's finally paid off. I'm very, very thankful.
Cameron, I think you got the sense that you guys were about to clinch this thing when you were coming around that final turn of the 4x4. I know I was standing with your teammates as they were cheering, and you made a look over there and you made a face. What was that about?
I was just like, no, he's not gonna get me. This is my race, this is what I do. I was like, no, he's not gonna get me.
It was pretty funny. It was a great moment. The Long Beach State men's team, you guys seem so close. I know you just missed out on the victory lap, but how much fun do you guys have, and how much does that contribute to a winning squad?
It contributes to a lot. That's pretty much the key to everything, is having fun. If you're not having fun with what you do, then you shouldn't be doing it. So we have fun in what we do. We bring a lot of energy, and it shows. It shows.
Cameron, congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Justin?
Cameron Glasgow, one of the many decorated athletes at Long Beach State, as he got it done in the 200, the 400, and the relay. And Milena, we talked at the outset the importance of how this points breakdown will go everywhere in your lanes to victory, and there you see pretty well dispersed around Long Beach State.
Long Beach State scoring 120 total points in field event, which include the decathlon, was a huge contributor to their overall total of 185 points, bringing them home with victory. We see the Gauchos from UC Santa Barbara getting 75 points out of the field, 81 in distances, and in third place, the Mustangs, 48 points from that distance crew.
You see in Long Beach State, too, they win 2 of the 3 divisions, just like Santa Barbara did, which Coach Seif said is they really found a new competitor they're going to go neck to neck with, they feel, for the next couple of years. Now, let's not be discriminatory. Let's take a look at the women's teams and the lanes to victory. And then again, the only thing to spare at Cal State Northridge, the distance crew didn't show up, but thankfully the field and the sprint crew did.
Well, and they showed up in style and with force. 133 total points from the field, which includes that first, second, third, and fifth place finishes by their heptathletes last weekend. A whopping 212 total points for the Matador women. Wow, was I impressed with that crew today. Second place, the UC Davis Aggies, 68 points scored by their distance runners, 46 on the field, 54 from the sprinters. And in third place, the Cal Poly San Luis Obispo Mustangs, 102 total points, with the majority coming from their distance runners.
Now, next season's Big West Conference track and field competition is going to be over at Long Beach State, and there's a fantastic facility. And yesterday we had a chance to coach up with Coach Size, and he was so proud of this new facility. He's like somebody that gets a new puppy or just had a child. He had the iPhone queued up, and he would have sat there for 45 minutes and flipped through every single picture. They are so proud of the new facility over there.
And rightfully so. It's a 9-lane track, but get this, a 5,000 spectator capacity. As you see the graphics we have available for you, it is gray in color, European style oval. What that means are the track is wider and the turns are longer, so that yields generally faster time. So bringing some of those European tracks here to U.S. soil, I look to them to host many other meets as well, Justin.
They're even putting in a broadcast booth there. Nothing temporary about Long Beach State. They're going to play host back with anybody they can hope to try to compete with, as they're building the absolute creme de la creme track and field facility at Long Beach State. As you take a look at what's left on in this NCAA outdoor track and field season at the end of the month, the West prelims are going to be down in Austin, Texas, and Longhorn Land, as they will try and figure out who they're going to send to Eugene, Oregon, Tracktown USA in the middle of June for the championships. And standing by with a victorious Matador women's team, Lindsay Theory.
This is a very enthusiastic group of young ladies, I will say that. What's it been like to lead the celebration today?
It has been something so amazing for us ladies. We knew that we had to come in here fighting. And so we came in, we all put our best foot forward, and we all smiled and worked through every last second of it.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about your role in this team today.
I just wanted to push my ladies as far as they could. I wanted to help them out wherever I could, whenever I could. So they know that I was behind them 100% of the time.
And you're not always on camera because you're in the field events. Tell me about your performances.
I won the heptathlon, so I'm pretty happy about that. And then also, I scored in every single event that I was injured in today, so I'm very proud.
And you scored pretty big, leading the dance here at the end.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I think you guys need to do it maybe one more time.
Oh, yeah.
The Cal State Northridge Matador women, they were champions of the Big West, 2006 to 2011. And then the UC Davis women took over, taking down the titles for the last 3 years. And now it appears that Cal State Northridge announcing their presence back on the scene here today.
Well, they did it with force today, Justin. Some phenomenal performances by the Matador women as we see the excitement, enthusiasm to bring home this hardware and place it in their track house for the next year.
Long Beach State, the men, 3 in a row, brand new facility, nothing but good things happening to that program with Coach Sykes.
A great future. They've had a great past, a great present, but even a brighter future.
So we have the prelims coming up in Austin and then followed by the national championships. How do they stay focused in the present with 2 meets left in some of these careers?
Comes down to coaching. That's what Andy Scythe has prepared his athletes for. All the coaches that we talked to earlier this week said it's about the postseason.
It's about getting healthy. You mentioned Coach Scythe said anything but this year. They've got to get healthy in the end.
Absolutely. You got to stay healthy to compete.
For Lindsay Theory and Milena Glusick, this has been Justin Alderson on Prime Ticket for the 2015 Big West Conference Track and Field Championships. You saw freshmen come of age, you saw seniors say goodbye, but in the end, they sprinted, they endured, and they threw. And several of these athletes are going to go home with a new title, Big West Conference Champions. So long from Riverside. We'll see you next year in Long Beach.